My foot is on gas, I ain't gon' stop, nah. That shit that you doing, I bet it don't pop, nah. Look what I built from the words that I jot. We getting bigger whenever we drop. King of my city, I got it on lock, nah. My foot is on gas, I ain't gon' stop, nah. That shit that you doing, I bet it don't pop, nah. Look what I built from the words that I jot. We getting bigger whenever we drop. King of my city, I got it on lock, nah. King of my city, I said it, I meant it. It ain't my problem if they get offended. I came from the bottom, I had to go get it. I ain't content with a 3 or the 2. All independent is look how we move. Scroll through they phone and they sucking their teeth when it's me and the milestone coming through. When I done did it while repping the fitted, I had to go figure it out while they waited. I doubled down and I bet it on Ray and I plotted this shit while they all hesitated. I remember I was begging for verses, they left me on red and nothing for me. Same ones, now I doubling back, they hit me for work, I double the fee. Everything going high, I knew. Nowadays, they be looking at me like a how-to. Nowadays, 100K streams feel whatever to me. Nowadays, when they wanna pick, that's regular for me. My foot is on gas, I ain't gon' stop, nah. Never, nah. That shit that you doing, I bet it don't pop, nah. I bet that shit don't. Look what I built from the words that I jot. We getting bigger whenever we drop. King of my city, I got it on lock, nah. My foot is on gas, I ain't gon' stop, nah. That shit that you doing, I bet it don't pop, nah. Look what I built from the words that I jot. We getting bigger whenever we drop. King of my city, I got it on lock, nah. 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 Look what I built from the words that I jot. We getting bigger whenever we drop. King of my city, I got it on lock, nah.
Ready?
Yes, we made it.
Nah, for real. All right, man. Yo, what's good, everyone? It's your boy MCK. Welcome back to the Pure Rap Network, man. We got another installment. I'm here with a super producer, a DJ, a man of the culture, Beazie Beats. And as you can see right now, man, I gotta let people know too for the platform. I'm in a different space right now, a different environment.
Sure.
We're at 24/7 Creative Studio, man. First off, appreciate you for allowing the space too. Like,
yeah, you already know.
Yeah, I appreciate that. His new album, Keys to the City, Volume 3, released on Friday, July 10th, and is out now, available on all streaming platforms. The links will be in the description. I always tell everyone, we do the hard work for you. You don't gotta type it in. Just click the link. It's gonna be right there, man. He has tons of San Diego artists on this project, including a few who's been on the platform already, like Ric Scales, Ray Riley, B-Rell, Dom Royal, and most recently, Franky Treau. If you want to hear a good blend of what San Diego hip-hop and the culture has to offer, this is a project for you, something that you do not want to miss out on. And without further ado, man, Beazie Beats.
Yeah. What's up, my man? How you doing? Pleasure, bro. Appreciate you having me.
Definitely, bro. I know you were just getting done with the session too, so I don't know if you're tired right now, like you.
I mean, I do this. I eat, sleep, and breathe this, bro. So, like, you know, I'm just blessed to be able to do what I love.
Most definitely, bro. Hell yeah. And first off, man, the space, I was telling you off of camera too, like the space is really dope, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
We built the dream. That's all I can say. We built it off of nothing, and like, you know, we really wanted it just to be obviously for us and for all our needs, but you know, for everybody, people to take advantage of it. And like, there's not a lot of spaces like this where you could do everything, you know?
Right.
Especially in the city that's close by downtown and close by the hood, close by everywhere, you know?
Right. So everyone can be able to just, you know, get there.
Yeah, no exactly. Everybody can tap in, for sure.
All right, man. So we always start off with, it's a rapid fire icebreakers. I call them now off the dome questions. It's pretty much just 5 questions I have that aren't part of the initial interview. So this is kind of without music, without the career, just kind of range from deep questions, funny, introspective, et cetera, et cetera. So I always start off with one that we always use for the podcast for about, past year and a half. Basically, you got a briefcase, right?
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna give you 4 categories, and you get to choose one for those set categories, but everything gets deleted in those, categories, right? So it's 1 album, 1 TV show, 1 movie, and 1 book. So we're gonna start off with 1 album, and it can't be yours.
Can't be mine.
Too easy.
Ooh, that's a tough one. But we talking about rap. We talking about all that. Many people might have different things to say about this, but I'm gonna say Stillmatic, not Illmatic. Stillmatic. There's some special tracks on that album that are really special to me in my heart and my journey of being a producer and just in music in general. So I would say, yeah, Stillmatic, definitely. That's one of the records that just kept me alive, I would say.
Damn, that's fire.
Especially inspiration-wise too,
Yeah. See, I like hearing that because, like you said, most people would have been like Illmatic or It Was Written or what I mean. So
don't get me wrong. I mean, I love me some Nas, but Illmatic is one of the ones as well. But that Stillmatic is not overlooked. Like,
right.
There's special ones on there that I'm just like, wow, crazy.
I fully agree. So, we got Stillmatic, 1 TV show.
Ooh, 1 TV show.
And I'll allow cartoons and anime and whatever everyone else into too, because we had this question broken a little bit.
TV shows, definitely. I gotta say X-Men.
Ooh,
X-Men's been my jam since I was a little kid. I watched every single episode, and full circle, I got a cousin. He actually did a lot of the artwork and characters for the new X-Men '97.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so shout out to my cousin Jake. He's super dope. So it just like sparked it up again. I've been watching those like crazy.
Oh, hell yeah, that's fine. Yeah, my sister was just hitting me up the other day. She's like, have you watched X-Men '97 yet? And I was like, no, I haven't watched it yet. So
it's just like the original. Crazy.
Yeah, I got tapped in. So
super dope.
I take it you're into like the Marvel,
for sure. I'm Marvel over Capcom.
Marvel.
Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
So you ready for the Spider-Man and Doomsday? And
all that. Yep. It's gonna be good, bro. I always look forward to those though. It's taking me away from the music, put me in a different realm,
Nah, I feel you on that. And 1 movie, curious if you're gonna say X-Men.
Oh, one movie, and we're talking about in this briefcase, right?
Yes, and mind you, like I said, everything gets deleted. So what you got is no other movies, no other TV shows, no other albums.
That's the only thing that's going to be in this for the rest of my life, right?
As far as your entertainment.
I mean, for me, honestly, a lot of it's me in the studio. So movies are on, but they're not always watched, And then I'll take it back and I'll go and I'll watch movies like in my spare time and stuff like that. But not a lot of spare time nowadays. Not a lot. So for a movie, I would have to say like one of my top ones. I gotta take it back. I would say one of my favorites, Half Baked, for sure. Half Baked, yeah. Classic.
That's a classic movie for sure.
For sure.
And so you like having something that's kind of more of like in the background, but it's like it's a comfortable like home movie.
For sure.
What I mean?
For sure. Something funny, something that just takes you out, and then you could look at it without no sound, and you could be like, oh.
Right.
That's still funny,
Because you already know the lines.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I am with Rush Hour. Like, as soon as Rush Hour plays, bro, like, it could be 1, 2, or 3. I already know, like, you could put it in the middle, and I'm already like, I know the lines. Like,
facts, man.
I damn near know the script. Like.
Facts, right? I know the whole thing.
That's funny. All right, so we got 1 book.
1 book. Oh, easy. I just read it again, too. Don Miguel Ruiz, The 4 Agreements.
Okay.
4 Agreements.
I just started that book, actually.
Amazing book. Yeah. And a little history on that book. That book, the dude who made it, like, basically, don't quote me on this, but there's history within the building that we're at about that book, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's somebody that their family was a part of it, things like that. But that book is a very, very special book.
Oh, wow. Do you know any about that? Or you had kind
of we actually had him. He came and he did an interview here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we interviewed him for another podcast. They interviewed him. And it was just like that. For me, that book found me. Right. As soon as I moved to Logan, that was like one of the first books I read. It just literally landed in my lap. And then I ran into him at the coffee shop.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like, oh, wow, like this is crazy.
Yo, small world.
Yeah, very, very, very small world, very small world. But that book is an amazing book. It pretty much changed my life, though. It's been one of those things that's like, you don't know until you read it,
right?
You know? And then it's like puts things into perspective.
Yeah.
A lot more. And then it just, helps you to grow as well. So definitely, the 4 Agreements. If you haven't read that book, you need to read it. That is an essential for life, for anybody or anything doing anything. It's just it's definitely one of the first ones that you should read to level up.
Right. Yeah.
They have a 5th agreement now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like a carry on from that book, and then like updated version
of kind of like how things are now.
Yes, things are now, and then just there's another agreement that's added to it.
Oh, damn.
But like I said, I've been living my life by that these past few years since I've been here in San Diego, and it's changed my life definitely. Just having that different perspective of where they thought of it and how they thought of it, to how we're brought up thinking about things, right? And we're programmed to do these certain ways and be these certain things,
right.
But we're actually not. It's not like we have to do that.
Fact, yeah. Society kind of pressures you into
yes. We're taught young to be like this, to do this, and then it just gets trained in our brains, and then we end up growing up and thinking that's what it is, you know? But that's not all it is. So that book really, like I said, it changed my life and just opened my eyes to just a whole nother perspective that I didn't even really see or ever heard, And like I said, it found me. That's the crazy part. The book found me literally. Like someone talked about it, and then someone else talked about it, and then all of a sudden the book was in my studio, and I was just like, "What?
Yeah, that's the book, right?
Like, how does this happen?" And I would say the first time, read the book. Audiobook second.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a different perspective. You got to take it in first, and I like to do that with most books too. Like, I'll read the book first, and then I'll take the audiobook. Get a different perspective.
That's funny. I'm similar. Sometimes recently I've been doing both at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I'll read as I'm going. I'll listen to it, but that way I'm like extra locked in because I'm reading and I'm going along at my level. Sometimes depending on the type of book it is, like a 4 Agreements, so I'll highlight certain things just to kind of go back to.
Yeah.
But I tend to listen, and it's helped me out because I have both going, and it's like you're reading the book, so you're also visualizing it, but you're also hearing the audio. So there's really no escape from, because sometimes you can get distracted a little bit or this and that. So it helps me really.
Oh, that gets you locked in. Gets you.
Yeah, it's kind of. I don't know if I know somebody out there be doing that too. So
I'm a visual learner too. So like having that in front of me helps to lock it in. I'm sure there's a lot of people like that as well. But that's the way to do it.
Yeah, man. That's funny. Now that you said that, because I just started the book too, so it's so funny that you said that. Like,
very worth it. Very worth it.
No, I'm definitely going to. So you got Stillmatic, X-Men, Half Baked, and the 4 Agreements.
Yeah.
How you feeling about that briefcase?
Wild lineup. I think I'll be having some fun in that briefcase.
Like that
definitely
briefcase?
Keep me entertained.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then 4 Agreements keep you locked in. You know what I mean?
Keep me locked in and balanced. Hell
yeah. No, that's a good briefcase. So my second question is, I spoke about this on my other podcast, Might Be Wrong, that we spoke about this one and we dropped the video and everything. They're releasing humanoid robots later this year, or a certain company, I think it's like 1X something company, a robot's called Neo, and they're pretty much like, like they come in here, hands-on, help us set up, help you in the studio, an assistant, wash dishes, they could be at the house, doing laundry, whatever, blah, blah. They're very much just to imagine like having a maid or something, and an assistant together all in one, helping you run the house. And it's a $200 deposit. Would you like one?
I mean, I would like one, but I feel like it's also going to make people very lazy.
Right.
And of course, they're not going to be affordable. They're not going to be like where everybody could have them. Man, it's going to be only the rich people that are going to be allowed to be lazy.
Yeah, because they're using the $200 deposit amount. Give us the retail price, man.
Give us the, they're going to give us knockoffs, and then that one's going to flip out or something. Man, it's crazy. I don't know. I'm mixed feelings about it, but I mean, I feel like just in general, like technology and AI is also like furthering along.
Man.
Like we use it in every day now. Like if you use it correctly, it could also help to, you know, better those things. Like,
Right.
So having an assistant, you know, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing, you know.
Yeah. But then one thing we were talking about is similar to what you said though. But it's also the other part of like, sometimes there's always agenda behind something, like something that might be seemed good. It's also, okay, it's like, okay, what about surveillance in the house? It's like knowing your every move, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All those little things. So it's like you have both. As cool and intriguing as it sounds, it's also a little like, I don't know about that, you know?
Yeah, because now we don't have no privacy no more.
Not at all.
That's the thing, and we don't have privacy no more.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it's been like that forever, but now it seems like it's just more in the open that,
Right.
you know, like there's like no privacy.
And with a robot in the house, now you ain't going.
It's like you sign in to Chat GPT and you give it all your information, and
That's
now
a fact,
it's like
true. Yeah.
you don't have privacy.
Right.
But also it's a tool. It helps.
Right.
Helps everything. So, you know, it's give or take. Just like with everything else, it's give or take.
Right,
you know?
right, 100%.
But I don't know. I gotta see these alien robots to
Yeah.
you know, to make sure I make the right decision.
Right. Yeah, I'll show you the video after this.
Okay,
It's fun, yeah. So outside of being a producer, DJ, and pretty much anything music related, what's a hobby you have or something that you love to do outside of music?
Man, my life has been consumed by music and my work and all that, but the little time that I do get, you know, I enjoy just, you know, fitness, working out, taking care of myself, eating right as well. I mean, a lot of people probably don't know that I was vegetarian for a long time too.
Oh, well.
So I recently just turned pescatarian. So, you know, dabbling with a little bit of fish in that, but it's always been, that's been part of my journey too, is health and fitness, and like, you know, you gotta feed yourself the right stuff, and you gotta exercise and feed your mind the right stuff in order for you to be 100% and right, you know?
Right, right.
So those things, and then, you know, spending time with my family. I don't have all the time, like free time in the world now, so like spending time with my parents and stuff like that I still have. Just grateful for those things, and then also getting out and seeing the city.
Right.
The whole reason I moved here
is
to, you know, take advantage of this beautiful city that we got. So that's, you know, and there's this. I'm always learning something new over here.
Yeah.
Like just for venturing out, I'm always learning, you know, something new.
There's so much.
Yeah,
so much
exactly. And then, you know, just music. Like I play a little bit of instruments too and stuff like that. So like, you know, that always keeps me entertained. And then just having all these businesses as well.
Right.
That's just a full-time job.
Like you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing.
Trying, man. But, you know, the time that I do have, though, I just like to, you know, try to get that reset in, enjoy the little things in life.
That's
and then,
cool.
you know, just, you know, try to keep bettering myself. That's always the goal.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to hear, bro. I agree. That is the goal, ultimately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Because then I'm sure especially with everything that you got going on, too, it will help you with your focus, you know, everything that, like,
Always.
you know, like you said, eating right, you know, fitness, working out, things like that, like, because if you're doing the opposite, or, you know, you might not be eating so well, or you might be complacent. By the time you would have been like, damn, I still got to do an interview. Like,
Exactly. All those things come into play, though.
Right.
And I've been doing this forever, and like, it's like, that's what's helped me to be that longevity. I don't drink. I haven't drank in about like almost freaking, what year we were? 2026. Stopped drinking, and I was like 23. 38, almost 15 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah, haven't drank. So that's been also part of my journey, is like really being locked in and focused, is cutting out things that didn't serve me well, you know. And that to me, like, that's a huge thing. Like, if you want to do something and you want to really be something, it's really all about the sacrifice.
Right.
Like sacrificing things and like cutting out those things that you don't need, that aren't bettering you. Mm-hmm. That's what helps it, you know, get you the next level. And then again, like that longevity of like, I've been doing this forever, almost 20 years. And like now I'm at a good place where we have a lot of traction and things have happened, but it's like all those decisions I made before have led up to this, you know? And like, you know, me cutting drinking when I was like 23 led to all of this. Like that was a pivotal point in like my life and my career, where I was like, nah, I want to take this really seriously.
Right.
Like not just like, oh, okay, I'm going to do it on the side, I'm going to do it this. Nah, I'm really serious about this. Like, I'm willing to give up things that I love, or things that, you know, like that I think are good for me.
Right.
And I'm willing to do that in order to get to this next level. And then, you know, through those great decisions and like bettering myself, God's just continued to bless me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's really what it's been, though. That's really what it's been. So, like,
Nah, that's great to hear, bro. And especially me just meeting you right now, like I can already, see it. You know what I mean? Like, just from you speaking. You know what I mean? It's real.
It's been a long road.
Right.
And I mean, nobody knows the road that you're on, like how long it took you. People just see the numbers. They just see the views. They see what you're doing currently, you know?
But the journey is the most important part.
The journey is the most important.
Like they say, it's not about the destination. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I'm sure, like, I got more too. I'm going to get into all that too, and I did want to ask too, before we move on to the next rapid fire question. You're from the IE?
Yeah. Okay. Born and raised in Inland Empire, California. Colton, California, to be exact. I was born there, raised there, went to middle school, high school, elementary there.
Okay.
And graduated there. And honestly, I thought I was going to stay there.
Okay.
Like most people in my city, they stay there forever. They live and they die there.
Dang.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened generation after generation. But luckily, I was able to make it out, I guess you could say,
When did you move out?
I moved out.
You said you went to high school out there, so I assume.
First time I moved out, I was about 23.
Okay.
I moved to Riverside, California.
Oh, okay.
Which is not far from the Colton, California. It's about 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
It's the other big city. And I moved there for about almost 10 years. And I lived there, I DJ'd there, I worked there, and really I had a studio. I was able to build my name up there.
Dope.
And that already showed me too that like I had to get out of the city.
Right.
Like I had to get out of my hometown.
Yeah.
It wasn't doing nothing for me.
Yeah.
It was just same.
It wasn't shaking.
It wasn't shaking. So by me moving to Riverside already changed everything.
Yeah.
Because now I had a fresh start in a new place, and I was able to do it, a little bit differently.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, obviously I had to start at the bottom, but it wasn't like,
don't we all?
That's what it was. So it was a great reset, and that was like the first time I moved. And then from there, I lived there for about 10 years. Mm-hmm. And then during COVID, when COVID happened, I moved back to Colton.
Okay.
And I lived there for about 3 years again. And I had a house, everything was great. But that was about the time where like my parents actually moved from the IE. They moved over here.
Okay.
Sister had already been here. Once my parents moved, it was like, what's out there? Why is everybody moving?
Right.
Why is everybody moving to San Diego?
Oh, so your parents moved to San Diego?
Yeah, they moved to San Diego. So we were originally all from Colton, and when they moved, it was like, oh wait, maybe.
Yeah.
Nah. It was like, nah, that's crazy. That's the most expensive city
too
in the world.
far-fetched.
It would be cool, but nah, we can't do that. That's too crazy. And then after another year or two, then my sister moved, and we were roommates at the time. And my younger sister, she moved, and it was just like, oh wow, okay. Yeah. Everybody's moving. Everybody's moving. And then from there, I was just like, all right, maybe it's time to make the jump. And it was perfect timing.
Okay.
So this is about 2023.
Yeah, because you said during the pandemic you stayed back.
We're 2026, right?
Yeah.
So it was. I moved over here in about 2023, beginning of 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good time too.
It was a great time. It was a great time. Yeah, best decision I've ever made.
And that's funny. Yeah, I was living in I was living in Minnesota for about in total years, probably about 5 in total. But similar, I'm from San Diego, but I moved out there. My mom was living out there, so I moved out there during the pandemic, and then 2024, same thing. Just moved back like early 2024. So
perfect timing.
Yeah, like a line,
perfect timing, bro. Perfect timing.
I want to keep continuing with that. I'm going to skip the other 2 rapid fires that I had, and I want to go into, since we kind of already started talking about, the IE, you moving to San Diego. I want to ask you about your upbringing. What was your upbringing like as a kid, and what was your relationship with music at that time?
Oh, wow. For me, I had an amazing childhood. I have amazing parents. I'm super blessed.
Shout out to Beazie's parents.
Shout out to my Pam, to my fam. Honestly, without them, I wouldn't be here right now. Literally, yeah. Wouldn't be here right now.
Nah, I get
but
you.
at a young age, though, I just, my parents were always very loving. They were strict, but they were also like open to letting me try things and figure out what was going to be my thing,
Oh, wow.
So if I remember just growing up and trying it all: baseball, football, soccer, basketball, music,
Yeah.
and it was like what was going to be my thing. And I mean, I gravitated towards baseball. Baseball I was good at, but it was like, I don't know if that was going to be my thing,
Yeah.
Everybody obviously played baseball. That's just what it was. All my friends, everybody was playing baseball.
Yeah.
And then like music-wise, like my parents were very opposite of each other.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know like at the time that was like, building me for the future, having so much diversity in my life.
That's true.
And I had my parents, my dad really into rock, really into like just, mostly rock, to be honest. He was just a rocker. He was loved the rock, And he liked a lot of rap too, but like there's a lot of rock going through classic rock going through my house, and from all different areas.
Okay.
And then my mother, she was into funk, old school, oldies, all the other stuff, Spanish, like all this other stuff. So I was like, I had this interesting dynamic of where it was like, okay, this is way different from this, but in a sense, they all kind of serve their purpose. And then my older sister, she was about 6 years older than me. So she was into all the cool shit.
Oh, yeah.
She knew all the cool shit. She knew, like, anything that was new, she knew that stuff. So it was like having those three together is literally what were able to shape me to what I am now,
Yeah. That's funny because same thing. My brother is 5 years older than me, so it's like whatever he was listening to is.
Yeah, and I mean, I was getting the old tapes. Once CDs came out, I got the tapes.
Okay.
Once this or that, listening through all the CDs and tapes, and like just trying to figure out what I like. But I remember being really young and just like really enjoying like listening to like mainstream shit.
Okay, so were you more also to like, since you kind of had, like you said, a diverse range of music going on in the household, were you more listening like to the sounds? Like if it sounded good, you didn't really care what type of genre it was. You're just like, oh, it sounds good.
It really was that. It really was that. My dad did really good too, as like just showing me different things.
Okay.
Like just from rock to old school to like blues to like just everything and anything that was good.
Yeah.
And I remember we got our first CD player. It was a Ford Explorer they got.
Oh, wow.
Had the 6 CD changer in the back.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and we were like living at that time.
Yeah.
But I remember just in that 6 CD thing was just so much diversity, It was so much different types of music, and it would just always get changed and flipped around, and it was just like, I was just really exposed at a young age to a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And I remember like my mom, she's a people person, so she would go to a lot of parties, a lot of family parties, a lot of things like that. And I remember like just always hearing like the classics that are still around now.
Right.
But always hearing those and just those getting instilled in my brain, like, oh, that's what you have at a party.
Right.
That's what this vibe is. That's feel good. That's this or that, And like I didn't even know it, but it was like really shaping me for like what I was going to become.
Yeah.
That kind of thing,
Man.
And two, like that, all that led up to like when I finally got to like middle school. Like I played like clarinet in elementary and stuff, but I just wasn't interested. Clarinet was kind of boring, bro.
Yeah, he was out here like Squidward and shit.
It was super boring, bro. Like I did just like, I don't know. I'm just gonna pretend I'm playing whatever. It wasn't the thing though. It wasn't the thing.
Yeah.
But when I got to junior high, I had a friend and a good friend of mine, and he basically like was a really good guitar player, and he just kind of was like, "Oh, I'll show you." That kind of thing. I was like, I want to learn like that. Like, how do you do that, dude? Like, that's awesome. And obviously, I grew up on the greats like Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, like things like that, Santana,
Yeah.
So like that really intrigued me, and then like that kind of started like the musical journey of like, wow, okay, maybe this is what I want to do.
Right.
Like maybe I want to make music.
Yeah.
Or I want to play music. Or I didn't know yet. I was just a little kid still.
How old would this be?
12, 13, I was in junior high. Actually, maybe even younger, like 5th, 6th grade, to be honest. And like that's when I got my first guitar kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I was doing. I definitely sucked at the beginning. But just having someone that was like, yeah, I'll show you. You can get better. Just practice. Those were huge for me, bro. And like throughout my whole career, I've had those pivotal people that have like showed me what's possible.
Okay.
You know, like, hey, you could be this good, but you have to practice.
Right.
Like, what's the difference between me and you? Yeah. There is no difference. I just practice.
Right.
So like those things, like early on, that it was really cool to have somebody like that. Shout out to my boy Mike V, for sure. And he was my neighbor, so we would see each other all the time. But he was older than me too, so it was like, he was like kind of like putting me on. I was like the little homie, and he was just like showing me like, nah, that's what you could do, kind of thing. And for me, that's what set me up.
Man, that's cool though that he was showing you those things, opposed to like the other big homie or something that's getting you in another. You know what I mean?
I was very blessed in that sense of like, I mean, we grew up in the hood. I had, there was gangs all around. I had friends that were gangs and all this, but for some reason that wasn't my path.
Right.
Like it was like, no matter how hard they tried to pull me into that, I had people pulling me out of that.
That's good.
And like showing me a different way.
Had a good supporting system.
A very good support. And then I also I give it to my parents because they were strict with me. Like obviously, I grew up in a town where there was a lot of that. But they were very strict with me as far as like, had curfews, had things like that. Even though I was out there running the streets doing things, I still had to abide by those rules.
Right.
Had to abide by those rules. But just having that little bit of structure, I notice now that that's also what set me up to like, to win. Right. Because like people don't have structure in their lives coming up. Like that's how you end up going down that wrong path.
Right.
Nobody's telling you or caring about you to do any otherwise. So it's like, oh, well, I'm just going to go do that because those people care about me. Yeah. But they don't even care about you. They just want you for the time being so they can, get whatever they want out of you and things like that.
That's a fact.
But yeah, that was like my first kind of taste of music as more of so like, wait, I could do music. Yeah. Like I could play music. Okay.
So the guitar was the first like instrument that you took serious to actually
100%. Okay. And I remember my parents said, okay, like we'll buy you a guitar. Dope. If you stick with it, we'll get you another one. Right, cool. And I had, like I said, my parents were amazing. They did that with so many things. Yeah. Oh, you want a skateboard? Okay, well, you're not good yet, so I'm gonna make you a skateboard.
Oh, they made you one.
If you get good at the one we made you, we'll buy you a new one. Wow. And it was things like that. I was like building my character. Like I didn't realize, like, okay, well, if I practice, I'm gonna get better at it, and then okay, hopefully I can get that new one, and then I'll take it around my friends. Yeah. Because now I got a cool one. Right. Yeah. And it was like that growing up. Like they would show me those lessons, but make me work for it. And then to get it, Yeah. And I remember just having that first guitar, I was just so happy to learn my first song. And it was just like, wow, like this is super cool. Like I could do this on my own. Yeah. And then just having my friend, that was really good, was just really showing me what was possible. And that just set it up. So that from there, I was just like, wow, okay. Now I want to dive deeper into like learning, like, what do I like? What's the music that really makes me happy? And like I know what my parents like, I know what everybody else likes, but what do I like, you know? And that took me down that road of like, thank God for CD players at the time. That's what never left my pocket.
Right. Who were some of those people, like some of those artists that you were listening to at the time when you were starting to develop your own, like, these are my people who I like to listen to?
What's crazy too, though, is that like, I was complete opposite of what I am now. And I'm not saying that I'm not like that anymore, but I was a complete rocker. Like I thought I was going to be a rock star. Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
You had the guitar.
Hip-hop. Like I had hip hop in me. I knew hip hop. Like I had records and stuff. I had all the like tapes and stuff like that. But I didn't know that that's what I wanted to do.
Oh, wow.
When I found music through the guitar, I was a rocker. So like first fell in love with Bob Marley. That was like my all-time, still is, to be honest. Yeah. Was one of my favorites.
Legend.
Jimi Hendrix, another one of my favorites. Legend. And those two, I don't know, they just, for some reason, they just like overtook me, and I learned like everything about them. Yeah. And like I was like, wow, why are they so great?
Right.
Like what is it? But it came down to the music, obviously. And yeah, I really took in those and honed in on those, and like that was like just part of my journey was like learning all that stuff, you know. And as I got older, it just started progressing, you know. But I found like those were like my favorites at the moment. Like I was like so into them. The greats, you know.
Right.
I studied the greats to like figure it out. Like, why are they so great? Why is Led Zeppelin the greatest band ever? Like, why is Jimi Hendrix? Why is Bob Marley? Like, you know.
Yeah.
And like I just like fell in love with them, and we just kind of opened up the doors to so much more. Because when you listen to that music, then it's like, oh, what's next? What's around it? What kind of other stuff, you know?
Right. Someone that they worked with, now you're over there. And
Yep, exactly. Right. Or who helped them with that? Or who was in their old band? Or what did they do after? And things like that. Or who opened up for them? Things, you know? And it was cool to kind of learn that and just like really, really tap into that other side of it. And I mean, they're legends, you know. Right. All those are legends.
No, you're not wrong.
But that was like just like the beginning of it, where I was like, okay, cool. Okay. And then from there, it just like stemmed into more. It was just more me learning about music, me like really just like finding out what I like. It's kind of what it was, you know.
So I'm curious too, like, where did hip hop come into play, and then did you get into DJing or producing first?
Good question. So, basically,
or making beats, I guess, first.
Throughout like junior high and high school, like I was into a lot of rock, but you know, hip hop was around. So hip hop was always around. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't that it wasn't around, but it's just I was playing guitar a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't the number one.
It wasn't the thing that I thought I wanted to make.
Right. Nah,
you know?
Yeah.
It was more like I want to be in a band. Like I want to be a rock star. Like I want to be on stage. I want to be ripping and shredding it, doing all those things. You know, and like I always had like the hip hop. That was always in my blood, especially you know because of my sister. She put me onto everything. Like at a young age too.
Okay,
I was able to hear like. You know, just the classics off the bat. But I also remember hearing The Chronic, right? Chronic 2001.
Oh, dope.
Right? And I was in elementary, and I heard that, and like I was just, it was nothing about making music yet. It was just like, what is this?
Right.
This is crazy.
Yeah, Dr. Dre.
And like, I for a second, I thought I wanted to rap. I thought like I would write down lyrics, and like I thought that was, you know, like, oh, this is cool. But then it transitioned to that whole guitar thing. And then again, it's just like I progressed into that whole band world of like, you know, rock bands and stuff. And of course I still loved hip hop, but that's kind of what the direction I was going to. So then we ended up starting a band, and first band we were called Mannequin 7.
Mannequin 7?
Mannequin 7.
Yeah, shout out Mannequin 7.
I was the bass player in that band. And that was my role. And the reason I was bass player, because my homie that taught me was the guitar player, and he was way better than me.
Oh, so I was like, here you go.
So he was like, you can play the bass, bro. You're going to be good. Like, you got this. You'll play the bass.
Right.
And that was like the first band that was actually successful. I was in a couple other bands before that, but that was the one that I like to say was the first one, because it was like, we were actually a band. Okay, like, we would practice, and we had shows and things like that.
Fine.
And that was about, when I was about 16, that started to happen. Like I practiced and dabbled and jammed and did different things, but when I was about 16 is when we were like, oh, now we're going to be a band. Yeah. And then it just progressed. And by the time I hit like 17, like we were already doing stuff. We were already doing shows, like playing things, and we were actually making really good traction, you know? And I thought that was it. I thought I was just going to be a rock star. Like I was like, all right, I'm the bass player now. Like, and I took on that whole bass player thing. Like, okay, I'm going to be a bass player then. Like, if this is what the card dealt, I took it serious. Got all my equipment, got everything, and I was like, okay, cool, we're locked in now. Now I'm going to be a bass player. And then we were doing it. We were doing great. We were playing a lot of big shows, doing a lot of different things. And then all of a sudden, we had a show, and then one of the band members, basically, he couldn't do it no more. And I was pretty devastated because I was so young. They were older than me. Oh, okay. And I was young, and I was like, but wait, this is like my whole life. What's going to happen? Like, this is what I want to do. this is what I want to do with my life. Like, how are we not going to do it?
Right.
What am I supposed to do? And then my homie, another key person in my life, shout out to Joey Webb, and he was like, oh, bro, you should just make beats. And I was like, make beats? What do you mean?
Right.
Like, I had worked too, because
Like
by
the
playing
vegetable?
guitar.
Like, are you talking about
Yeah, it's like, what, in the can?
Yeah,
like,
the
nah.
beats, like-
And I had worked with, like, on hip hop stuff, like playing guitar and stuff, and
dope.
bass.
Yeah.
So I was already starting to dabble in that kind of thing.
Okay.
But I never, like, was like, oh, I want to make that, you know?
Yeah.
I want to do that. Like, it just seemed like it just wasn't my thing, right?
Right.
And I don't know, for some reason, when he told me that, it just like sparked something in my head. And not only did he tell me that, he also gave me a program. It was a Cakewalk. Yeah, it was called Cakewalk.
Okay.
It's an OG program. Well, OGs know about it probably.
Cakewalk. Yeah, I might have
That's
to
an
look
old
that
school
up.
program. And anyways, I'd messed with like Fruity Loops and stuff too. But like, this was the first time where someone actually gave me a tutorial. Like, hey, this is how you record.
Oh, wow.
This is how you do this.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh shoot. So I just kind of went down the rabbit hole and just started like messing around. And a lot of my first beats were me playing guitar and bass. What I knew how to do.
Yeah.
Were me doing that and
Yeah.
just making beats out of that.
Yeah.
Throwing and put on a drum loop and make stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I had like a lot of music that I did with that, and it was great. And I was just like, okay, but I want to keep doing more. Like, what's next? What's next? And then again, Joey Webb, oh, you need Reason. Get Reason. I was like, Reason? What the fuck is Reason? And then I got Reason, and I was just like, oh, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You could do everything. It's the one-man band. So then it was like, oh, I don't need a band. I could be the band, you know?
Wow.
And I was like, cool. So this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I was like, I'm going to focus on making beats and see what happens, right? And obviously it was very the beginning. So it was a long road to get to where I'm at now, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember though, just having fun with it, to be honest, and just creating and just like having this like this urge to always just make something. Like, no matter what it was, no matter if it sucked or not.
Right.
Like, I just always wanted to just be making something, like cooking something up, like making a beat, just like learning and trying it, you know? And obviously I was still drinking, I was still, you know, partying, so I wasn't
Okay.
taking it that seriously.
Yeah.
But I was doing it. And then that's about around the time I was about 21, and that's when I started going to Riverside.
Okay.
And started kind of partying in Riverside. There's a lot of clubs in downtown area. But then I met some other people, and I met another homie, right? And shout out to McGuts, OG McGuts. And he was the one that, like, I started making music, right? I had a couple artists that I'd worked with, and they were cool. But he's the one that kind of, like, opened up the whole DJ thing to me. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to make beats. Cool, I'm going to perform them. I'll bring my guitar. I'll bring my bass. I'll bring everything, the whole studio, right? And I remember going to my first beat showcase, and they had me play. And I brought my guitar, I brought my MPC, I brought my keyboard, my computer. And then they looked at me like, why'd you bring all that shit for? Like, all these hip-hop heads, like, why'd you bring that? Like, just bring your, like, one thing, like, bring a beat pad or DJ it.
Yeah.
And then I remember him like, you don't have to DJ. I mean, you don't have to like do it all live. Like, you could just DJ your beats, bring a flash drive and DJ them.
Yeah.
And then like scratch over them or something, you know?
Like, oh.
And I was like, wait, really? And I remember specifically, like, he showed me, and like he gave me a pair of CDJs to use. And like, I had like some basic turntables too, like they were very cheap, and he was just kind of like giving me the tools, like, to like get started, just like my homie with the guitar, just like my homie with the Cakewalk and all that. Like, they were giving me like the tools to like learn it, you know.
That's sick.
And it was super dope because it opened up my eyes. And I remember that first beat showcase that I played. It was called Endangered Beats. A lot of OGs out of IE. That, you know, played there. We had a lot of dope people play there too. And I remember playing that first showcase, and when I played, It was on turntables. Finally, Techniques. That was my first time touching Techniques, like 1200s. And I just remember like hitting that first scratch, and I was like, "Oh shit, what is this?" Like the same feeling I had about the guitar. Was like
clicked again.
Yes, same feeling I had about
spark.
music production and like playing stuff. I was like, "Wow, what is this?" And then I remember he told me, he was like, "You're kind of good at that. Like for it being your first time, you're kind of good at it."
Okay.
And then it just stuck in my head like, "Oh, really? Am I?"
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
And then that just took me down this whole other rabbit hole of like, dang, I want to DJ.
Yeah.
But I also want to make beats. So like, I had a project that I'd put out, and again, I was just trying to do it as best of my ability, and I had a cool support system around me at that time, and I was just doing it. It was just there wasn't no like, oh, I'm gonna get a platinum record,
right.
I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that. There was none of that. It was just like I'm having fun with it, you know?
Yeah.
And that was like my first introduction to really like the whole like hip hop scene and like having people rap on my beats and things like that. It was like a whole different lane for me because I was still a rocker, dude.
Right.
Like I had a mohawk. I had a rat tail. Like I was not like super hip hop.
Yeah.
But then it started to transition to this.
That's funny.
Like more where people like, oh, they wanted like me to make hip hop beats, you know? Or I would like get like inspired, like, oh, I kind of want to make hip hop. Like I kind of want to do something different. Like it's not so rock anymore, you know? So that happened till I was about 23, and that's when I stopped drinking. 23, it was just like a pivotal moment where I just kind of was like, you know what? I want better for myself, and I really want to be what I'm trying to be.
Right.
And I seen a lot of the people around me, they were amazing, but there was things that were holding them back. And a lot of it was drugs, drinking, things like that, you know?
Those vices.
Yep, those vices for sure. So for me, it was like, okay, wait, if I'm younger than them and I'm not doing that, I'm actually way ahead of them. And I thought about it in a different way, like, dang, like it doesn't mean that I got to stop being friends with everybody, no, but it just means that I could also be more focused. And then also at the time, what a lot of people don't know is I was really overweight. I was probably about like 285 pounds.
Oh, wow.
I was huge.
Yeah.
Very bad for my health. Like everything was all bad. But when I stopped that and made that decision, that was the idea. Like I just wanted to better myself. So I got in shape. I lost like 100 and some pounds. I freaking started exercising and just started bettering my life, you know?
That's dope.
But that was a direct reflection of me putting in time to the music, you know? So my music started to get better. My DJing started getting better. Then I landed a residency at a nightclub right there. It was called, now it's called, I think it's still called Worthington's, the W, whatever. But it's like a pivotal bar in downtown Riverside. Everybody knows it. It was a bar that we turned into a nightclub kind of thing. And I was able to get a residency there. Started off on one night a month.
Yeah.
And then it just grew and grew and grew. And honestly, I got addicted to it. It was just that rush of DJing on stage with people.
Yeah.
Like during when it's crazy.
Yeah.
Is the same I got from being in a band.
Oh, yeah.
The same rush. It was like, so I was like, oh shit, I found something that fills that void.
Right.
And yeah, that's when I started DJing. And I put in my work. I practiced a lot, I DJed a lot, I took it seriously, and like I just wanted to build up my arsenal of everything on that. And I said, okay, I'm gonna DJ, I'm gonna focus on DJ, I'm gonna come back around to music production because that's my love.
Right.
Like I don't want to forget about it, but they also go hand in hand. All the greats do it. All the greats do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. So I did that for about 23 to 27. No, 23 to 20, about 25. I was 25. Did it for a few years. And then I was just like, I want to do more. Right? Like I got to see a lot of the best DJs out there. And there was a lot of people like doing scratching tricks and things like that. And I was like, man, I really, really like that shit. And then I'm just studying the greats, you know? Studying the greats, studying the A-Tracks, the Crazes, the B-Junkies, all these, right? And I was like, I want to do some shit like that. Like I don't want to just be a basic DJ. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to just play records. Like I
trying to
want
take
to
it
get
to the next
busy.
level. Yeah.
I want to get busy. And then it was just like I just wanted to be better. So at that time it was like, okay, well, how do I get better? What do I do to get better? Mm-hmm. And then I found a school, right? And I was like, wait, there's a school for DJing? I was like, I didn't know there was a school. And somehow randomly someone told me about it. And like I said, I was already DJing a lot of different places.
Yeah.
And I was already getting pretty decent, pretty good, right? But I knew I wasn't like at the top.
Right.
Top of my
like
game.
Fine tuning a little bit.
Yeah, so I was like, I want more. And where I was at, like I was already kind of surpassing a lot of my peers. And I was like, and then the better ones, they don't always want to show you all their tricks.
That's a fact.
The OGs try to gatekeep, you know? And it's unfortunate, but it's just what it is.
Right.
So, like, a lot of people didn't want to show me. They were like, okay, figure it out. Figure it out. I had to figure it out. You figure it out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, cool. Well, if you're not going to show me, I'm going to find somebody that is going to show me.
Right.
You know? And I remember, like, people would tell me, oh, you're never going to be able to learn this. You're never going to be able to learn that. Took me 20 years to learn this scratch. Took me this long to do this or that, right? Mm-hmm. And in my head, I was just like, watch me.
Yeah.
Watch me learn.
You're just
watch
fueling,
me learn.
You're getting fueled by that.
So I said, okay, maybe I had to get out of here in order to better myself. Just like I got out of Colton, just like I got out of all these other things. Like, maybe I have to get out of here. And that's what I did. So I went to DJ Scratch Academy in LA. Jam Master J school,
DJ
right?
Scratch Academy. Cool.
Yeah, so that was my first time going to school. And wow, that place opened up my eyes. Not only was it an amazing place, but just being around so many like-minded individuals was just so inspiring, dude. So inspiring. I mean, it wasn't easy to get there. It was in Santa Monica. I had to travel 3 times a week, like, but I was really serious about it. Like, I wanted to be better, you know?
Right.
And like, I was like, okay, this is gonna help me to be better. And I took that shit so serious. I went there and I handled business, bro. I took every single class.
Fire.
I took got every single requirement, prereq, got everything, and then got all my certifications and everything. And I was lucky enough to just meet so much like really dope people there. Mm-hmm. And then also like getting to work with a lot of people mentor me that were at a higher level. You ask and you shall receive. I went there and got exactly what I needed and what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I was literally, one of my mentors was DJ Revolution, legendary, inventor of the Chirp, Wake Up Show, all these things, right?
Okay.
He was one of my direct mentors, and he was tough. That's also why I got really good.
Yeah, true.
Because I was serious about it, like iron sharpers iron, you know?
That's a fact.
And then also Mr. Chalk from the Beat Junkies, as well as so many other like teachers that were there, you know, to help. And like, I just really just dialed in on it, dude. I was like, nah, I'm going to be the fucking best.
Right.
Like, I want to be the best that I could be.
Yeah.
And man, I came back and people were like, dang, how'd you get so good so fast?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I put in the work, but you know, I've also been going to these schools and training with a lot of people and, you know.
And not just training with anybody.
Not just training with anybody.
Yeah.
So I was able to like surpass a lot of people that I was in my immediate, you know, fast. So that in the DJ world, that literally set me up to win. Because now I went from being an opener to now I'm a headliner. And it was like, oh, wow, like that progression. So me still running that club, I ran that club, that residency for about 10 years. I booked so many different DJs. I had DJ Revolution. I mean, he played with me more than a handful of times. Like, he played at the place with me. Mr. Chalk, we had just legends, bro, in the game, like that. How are they even coming over here, you know?
Yeah.
But it was me having that relationship and building it over there, where I was able to get all them to come and play, and just that built up my resume and me as a DJ, and really like set off that whole downtown Riverside area, because it wasn't really like a club scene yet, but we turned it into a club scene.
Damn, that's fire.
We made it very competitive though, so I was like, okay, if I put in the work and I'm here and I'm doing this right and I'm the main one, if you want to be a part of it, you also have to put in the work. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, okay, anybody and everybody just because you're a DJ. No, there was a standard to it.
Yeah.
And that's literally what made it what it was. It made it better, and also put my name in a different category, because there was a standard. Like if you were Boo Boo, you weren't playing there. I'm sorry. Like if you didn't know what was up, you were opening.
Yeah.
You weren't headlining.
Yeah.
That's just what it was. And having that standard though, like helped things to grow and elevate and like put it in a different direction.
Yeah, I'm sure it motivated others. Like,
oh yeah,
like
100%.
who was probably right there. They're like, okay, hold on,
I had a DJ crew and everything. We had a bunch of people under us and people that just wanted to learn and wanted the same thing, you know.
Hell yeah,
it was a really dope time of life. Really dope time of life to go through that and just to be able to elevate with a lot of people. But I didn't stop there though. I thought, okay, well, what's next? Okay, next is getting back to music production. Like I said, like I already did all these things as a DJ. All right, cool. My chops are up. Everything's happening now. And then it was just like, okay, what's the next step? Back to making beats, right? And it's not that I wasn't making beats. I was always making beats, always. But now I was like, okay, let's do the same thing I did with DJing, but with beats. So then I was like, all right, where do I got to go? What's the school? What's the, you know? And then I landed in LA again, obviously, you know, I had to get out. And this was like about 6 months after I went to finish all the school for Scratch Academy.
Oh, dope.
Right? So I'd already been taking, like, they had music production classes over there, and I'd already took like all of them. But it was more DJ-based music production.
Okay.
So we started dabbling, making beats, stuff like that, but it was not like songs and songwriting and structure, and it was just more like a DJ, like remix, edit, like things like that. You know?
I get that transitions, all that stuff.
Yes, and then I was like, okay, cool. So what's next? And I found this school. It's called Beat Lab Academy. Fortunately, that school only lasted about 3 years over there, bro. But I was in there, and it was just such a special place.
At least you got in at that.
The instructor, his name was Yuta Benatar, right?
Okay.
So Yuta's call to fame. I mean, they call him the Ableton Guru, but he made this MIDI controller out of the Nintendo Power Glove.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he went viral before even viral was even possible, but he made this, and you could use it.
Yeah.
And that just blew my mind when I seen that. I was like, oh, I got to go learn from this guy.
Yeah, I'm about to look that up.
I'm about to learn from this guy because this guy is out of this world. Like he's so, what the heck? Who'd even thought of that?
Yeah.
And he trained under Data Life, Data Life, and he trained under that dude, the Monami, with all the buttons and everything. And these dudes were just on another level, bro. So I went over there with the intent to just make better music. And it was another tough course. I had to do it for a whole year, and it was 3 times a week, and it was just a lot of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But they taught us so many things, and within that time, like I was doing more remixes, more like dance stuff. Like I really didn't know what my sound was yet.
Yeah.
Like I loved hip hop, but that's not what was coming out. Like it was just like I wasn't really the best at making boom bap beats. Like it just wasn't my thing, you know?
Yeah.
So like I was like trying to figure it out. And then I remember one day we would do like headphone time where it would be like, okay, cool, now you guys practice what you're learning. Or make a quick beat. See if you can make a quick beat.
Right.
And then I don't know, I was like, okay, cool. And then I made the simplest, like it was like a little pump beat or something. Like it was so simple, but it was dope. And it came easy for me. And I was like, wait, is this what I'm supposed to make? Like, I was like, is this it? And then he was like, bro, that's tight. He's like, you should do more of that. And then that's all I needed. That's all I needed, bro. I went back and I just started dialing in on it. Like, okay, let's make hip hop beats for people to rap on.
Right.
And then I remember like finishing the course and like, my sound completely had changed because then I went down this other route of like, oh wow, like hip hop beats. So now I got to start to learn about this and figure this out and what's gonna be my sound. And he just told me, he was like, when I ended, he was just like, you're one artist away from getting a hit record.
Wow.
And I was just like, really? You think that?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, bro, you're dope. You got it. You just got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, all right. So I went back and I was just kept making beats. kept making beats, and I locked in at that time, bro. I had all the knowledge I needed to know to be able to get to the next level. And man, I must have made thousands of beats, to be honest. In those few years, I made so many beats. I started my YouTube, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do this because I love it, number one, but also like I know what I have to do to get there. And yeah, I put out, for that first year, I must have put out a beat a week on YouTube with a video, you know? I did that for a year. Put out content. This was like when we were still in like 1080p, 720, like we weren't even in 4K yet,
quality,
you know? It wasn't even there. And then I just started doing the most. Like I was doing DJ mixes, I was doing edits, I was making beats, putting them out, and just being very consistent with everything. And just still DJing in the club. Like everything was great. Honestly, I was at the top of my game, but not at the top of my game because I was still figuring it out. Like the beats weren't perfected yet.
Oh, wow.
They were there, and don't get me wrong, I had people rapping on them. Yeah. But there was still something missing, and I didn't know what it was. And I kept progressing, and then at that time though, like I just was getting better, investing more into it and doing better, and I was sending out beat packs to everybody. Okay. So this is about almost 10 years ago, so it was about 2027. Okay. About, no, I'm sorry, where is that? We're 2026 now, like 2016, 2017. Yeah. Yeah, about there. And I sent packs out, and then I had a cousin that was plugging me with some rappers and stuff. I sent this pack out to this artist named YB, right? YBE, shout out to some of my boy, still killing it. Yeah, he sent me it back, and he was like, bro, I think we got one. And I was like, sick, okay, whatever that even means. I was like, I guess we got one, right? Yeah. And then he put it out, and within like a week, that shit was at like 10 million plays, bro. Damn. 10 million views on YouTube, 10 million plays across the board, and I was like, wait, what? Like, wait, what? Yeah. Like, how is this possible? Like, I was
What's the name of the song?
It's called YBE Orale. Okay. It's still out there. And that thing is at like almost 25 million right now.
Damn, that's insane.
Crazy numbers on that, bro. And then that just motivated me, like, okay, you're locked in. Right. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep getting artists on these beats. You're going to get more. Then I got another one. Another one with him. Then I got another one with some other artists. Right. And it was just like, oh, wow, this just kept catapulting. Yeah. Snowball effect, like building up. So then at that time is when I opened up my first studio. I had a studio, it was right above in downtown Riverside where I was DJing. So I was at the bottom DJing, right? And then my studio was in a loft upstairs.
Oh, wow.
Sick, bro.
So you could just go straight.
Bro, it was the life. Yeah. I loved it. It was an amazing time of life. And I was super blessed to be able to do that. But you know, all good things come to an end. Right. And then that's when COVID happened. Yeah. COVID happened. So I had some accolades, I had some plaques out of that, I had some numbers. Yeah. And like, you know, I had the juice. Like a lot of eyes were on me, a lot of people. Then I had met this other artist I was working with, right? And then he tells me, yeah, come up to the studio. I want you to meet somebody, so-and-so, these producers, blah, blah. And then I was like, okay, cool. So I go up there and we go in this session. And this is like, I'm starting to venture out, going to other studios, getting to bigger spaces, going to places in LA. And yeah, it was different. COVID hit, so I had to kind of, you know, I was kind of rethinking things, but I just met these producers and they ended up being Usher's producer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They were Usher's producers. And
that's crazy.
They took a liking of me when I met them. And we had some mutuals too at the time. And they basically took me under their wing. Took me under their wing, bro. And where I thought all the stuff I did before was like all the work, you know? Yeah. I was just getting started.
Oh, this was...
It was just the beginning of it. So COVID happened. I moved out of my studio. I moved back to Colton, right? And I got the opportunity basically through that to go work in LA. So basically they hired me to go and be the studio assistant / studio tech / basically learn whatever you can.
Right.
Kind of like, you know, like we're going to show you the ropes.
Yeah, like intern in a way. Yeah.
And I was like, what? And at this time, I was already like, in a sense, up here because I had a lot of plays.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like light work. Like I was already getting numbers.
Right.
And it was like a humbling experience because I had to go again and start all over.
Right.
It was like, oh, your 20 million plays don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Where's your Grammy?
Right. So we got Usher.
It's like, what? It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, I got all these plays. Nah, that don't mean nothing in this world.
Yeah.
Where's your Grammy? Where's your, you know? And it was like, oh, wow. So I got to see the whole other level. And I didn't know that that's what I was missing. You don't know until you see it.
That's true.
I had taste of it before, but I really, really got to lock in, and I was blessed for about a year to work in that environment and work with just so many amazing people and just like the people that were at the top of their game, you know?
Wow.
So like I sat there and I said, okay, if I'm meant to be in this position, I'm going to take it for all it's worth. And I'm going to sit there, I'm going to be a fly on the wall, and I'm going to take notes. I'm going to ask the right questions.
Right.
And I'm going to get everything I can out of this opportunity, you know?
Right.
Instead of being like, nah, I'm Beazie Beats. Like, I got 20 million plays.
Man,
what am I doing?
I was thinking that in my head, like the fact that you had that mindset of, like I said, being a fly on the wall of like, humbling yourself. It's okay. Like, all right, let's go back to school again. You know what I mean? Because you could have easily been like, man, fuck this. And then you missed out on. It was
tough. I had already went to school twice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I had already done all these things. So for me to have to do that, I almost was like, am I going backwards? Like, what the heck?
Oh, so you took some time to kind of like think about that? Like, wait, hold on.
Oh, nah. It was happening so fast.
Oh, okay.
So fast.
Yeah.
And then, in LA, in the big music industry too, things move quick.
Okay, so you got to like make it.
Yep, you're either in it or you're not.
Yeah,
The next person's going to get the thing.
Damn.
But yeah, I just took it for all it was worth, and I really just locked in, bro. And I was like, okay, I don't know how long this is going to last or what's going to happen, but I know I'm going to get the most out of it. And that's what I did. I literally locked in, and like, I feel like by me humbling myself and like not being that, oh, well, I got 20, and then just being the fly on the wall and being cool is essentially why all these other people wanted to just help me. They're like, oh, Beazie's cool as fuck. I'll show you whatever, bro.
Right.
Come here, sit down.
Yeah.
Like,
easy to work with.
Yeah, exactly. And that was like, wow, like all these people, like working with Ariana Grande's engineer, working with Usher's engineer, working with Little John, working with all these people like at these high levels.
Oh, wow.
And like being able to see it from another perspective. And I really got to dial it in of like, wow, there's a whole nother side of it, right? So when I left that second school, the Beat Lab, I was certified in Ableton, right? And I thought Ableton was it. When I went to the big studio for the Usher sessions, right?
Yeah.
I walked in the door and they're like, Pro Tools, right? And I was like, who's Pro Tools? The homie? Who's that? I was like, who's that? I was like, what?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Because the school was telling me, oh no, Ableton, you could do everything. It was an Ableton school, so obviously that's why.
Right.
But in the bigger scenario,
Pro Tools is
Pro Tools is industry standard, right? So I had to really humble myself, but it also took me down that rabbit hole of you need to learn Pro Tools, like fast.
Yeah.
Because if you want to be in these rooms, you got to be able to use Pro Tools.
Right.
And yeah, like that whole year, like I remember after that first session, like even right when they told me that, the first thing I did was like look it up in the restroom, like shit, like
damn,
this is a whole new program. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like how am I?
That's what they say when you lie on your resume. You're like, shit.
You're like, for sure. Me and the homie Pro Tools been cool forever. But it was just a crazy experience to like have to again. Oh wow, I got to start all over again.
Right.
But I was like not scared of it. Never been scared of doing the work. So it was like, okay, if this is what I got to do. I ain't gonna tell nobody that I don't know it.
Right.
I'm just gonna go through the motions and I'm gonna learn that shit quick.
Yeah.
But that was really the next level though. So being able to see in the big studio them create records from scratch, being able to be a part of these records too, because at the same time I had a unique experience going. Not only was I interning, but we were also working on an album with the artist that I had met them through, and I had like 4 beats on it.
Yeah.
So we were in there. I was a apprenticing but working on my music. It was such an interesting scenario.
Yeah.
So like there was like I was a little bit of everything, doing everything.
Right.
But the people I worked with, like I said, they took me under their wing, and like especially all these engineers, like really that I befriended, you know, they just like showed me the ropes. And then before I knew it, like I was in there, like, oh, Beazie engineers now too.
Yeah.
Like let them do it.
Oh wow.
And it was like, bro, I was engineering for crazy people. Like what the heck? And I mean, I didn't know all the ins and outs of it yet, but I knew enough to get by.
Yeah.
And then I just kept at it, and building up that other side. And that's when I was like, wow, this is the next level. Mm-hmm. This was the last part I was missing, where I knew I was missing something before. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I hadn't even seen it. I hadn't seen it yet, you know?
Right.
And then once I seen it, I was like, wow, this is the other.
That's a whole nother.
Yep. This is the other level, but this is what's going to take my sound to the next level.
Right.
So literally that whole year I practiced it, boom. And when it came time to basically kind of end the internship and part ways with them, I feel like I did the right thing by taking all the notes I could, and also like knowing that it was going to come to an end at one point. So I got to be prepared for that to go back and to apply it, you know? And that's exactly what I did. Like I didn't end up, you know, following through with what they were doing. We parted ways, but I was like, okay, if all this is meant to be, maybe it's meant for me to go back and practice all of this. Now that I learned it, let me go apply it to my sound.
Right. Makes sense.
And that's literally what I did. Those next 3 years was just me practicing and like applying everything that they showed me.
Yeah.
And then trying to figure it out.
Just honing the skills.
Yep. But what a lot of people didn't know is that I had to go back to square one. So I was in the big studio, right? Everything was happening. Usher, Lil Jon, all these superstars, right?
Yeah.
But by not following through and taking the long road, I guess you could say, I see it as now. Because I was like, okay, if I continue to go with them, yes, I'm going to get all this plug. I'm going to get all this, you know, things that come with it. But I'm never going to get to be at the forefront. I'm going to always be in the background. I'm always going to be the assistant. And I'm always going to be the other guy.
Right.
I'm never going to be the guy.
Yeah.
So I had to make the decision of what was better for my career. Like sticking with it or taking the chance and taking it back, you know, and learning, applying it, and, you know, trying to build my own empire.
Yeah.
And that's literally what I did. So I had to go back to square one. I had to start from scratch, literally, and like just try to perfect it. So I was blessed to have a lot of clients though too, like people that I would record and stuff. They didn't know I was practicing.
Yeah.
They just thought I was the best thing ever, you know?
Right.
And I mean, not that my music wasn't good, but I seen it at the highest level possible.
Yeah.
Like I got to see, so I'm like, I mean, I'm good, but I could be better.
There's levels to this.
Levels to this shit. So, yeah, so applying it took time. But it was, you know, at my house where I was able to really lock it in, and like I had to obviously go through it.
Right.
You know, starting over sucks. When you already went to this peak of the mountain, having to come back and humble yourself and like start all over, it does things to you, you know? But over that time, I was just able to perfect it. And man, something just told me like, you just have to get really good at Pro Tools.
Right.
Like that's going to keep you afloat. It's going to save you. It's going to make you so much money.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I just perfected it, dude. I perfected the Pro Tools. And like, I was like, okay, I want to elevate my sound. Like I've heard my sound before. This is great, but I want to elevate it. Like I want to do what they do, but do it with my own.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did. So I was able to perfect Pro Tools and like really lock in and like get really good. And like, it was a journey, you know? It was a journey. And once that happened, it was like, cool. So now we got Pro Tools locked in.
Right.
All right, cool. But we're still in the IE.
Yeah.
And we're still at square one.
Yeah.
Again, you know? So it was like, what's next after that? Like, what's the next part of the journey? Now I got the skill, but how am I going to get out of the IE? So within that time too, I started just doing beat videos. I did, and same, the YouTube, it kept going the whole time. So I had hundreds of beats on YouTube, hundreds of YouTube videos. And then I started just like doing these daily just lives and daily beat videos. Like, okay, now I'm gonna showcase my shit.
Right.
Like I'm gonna show people like I'm the real thing, like quantity and quality, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I put out a beat every day for like a whole year.
Damn.
Maybe even longer, to be honest, bro. I lost track of it. It was like clockwork. Like I was like really strict to that too.
Damn, that's dope.
And then finally, like we came to the time of like, I told you my parents, everybody had moved and all that. And then I was just at the house alone, and it was just kind of like, it just seemed like it was time for me to go.
Right.
It was like, okay, I did everything I had to do here, but the next step and level is not going to come from me being here.
Yeah.
It's not going to come from me commuting back and forth to LA. Like I have to make a change, you know? And like, I was like, LA, San Diego.
Yeah.
LA, San Diego.
Man.
I did LA for a while. Wasn't too fond of it.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? My family's in San Diego. Let me see what's up.
Right.
You know? And
a new home, yet being close to home in a way.
Exactly, exactly. So the stars just started to align. The stars just started to align. As you ask and you shall receive, you know?
Right.
They said, closed mouths don't get fed. Like, and anybody who knows me and that's watches, anybody who knows me, like, I'm not scared to ask anything or scared of nothing. Like, you're supposed to be tripping out. Like, you're relentless with it.
Damn.
But that's how you have to be, though. You almost have to be crazy, like, to be successful in this business.
Yeah. They
Like
say, oh yeah, I've heard from watching other interviews before. Like they said, you gotta have that little delusion. Like,
Yep,
in
you gotta have that
like,
delusion. You can't take that no. You can't take that as that door slam in your face as that's it. You know.
Right.
You gotta just keep pushing forward. There's ways in, no matter what. But if you don't try, you're never gonna know. So yeah. So I was like, all right, well, how are we gonna get here? How is all this gonna work? How am I gonna get to the most expensive city in the world? Like, what? How is this all gonna happen? My amazing parents again just believed in me, even though it was at the very end of where wasn't a lot to believe in. The spark had almost went out, you know? It was like nothing's really happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that 120 million, I had a couple more, you know, but it seemed like all the doors kind of closed.
Oh wow.
Like all the LA doors, a lot of them closed, and it was just like, what's next? What am I supposed to do, you know? And then they're like, well, we'll figure it out. Just come out here, let's make it happen. And basically the whole journey began. Had to sell my house, had to sell a lot of stuff, and we had to move everything, you know?
Yeah.
And I started asking around. I had a lot of friends that were already over here in San Diego. My dad too, he befriended a lot of people. And we ended up getting hooked up with a spot. I ran into Milo from Port Vida, one of my good friends. Where you guys right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically we had talked before, but he would watch a lot of my lives too, so he knew what I was about.
Okay,
everything.
cool.
And I just like asked him like, oh, hey, do you know where I can maybe get a little spot or something? And he was just like, yeah, for sure, I got you, bro. I got a couple options for you.
Dope.
Let me know when you're ready. And I was like, shit, I'm ready.
Right,
Like, let's do it. Like 2 weeks, a month, I'm there. I need to be here. I don't have nowhere else to go, you know?
Yeah.
And I landed right there in underneath Port Vida in the basement, bro.
Wow.
Right? And with the last money I had, literally the last money I had, I built that space. And if you go in there, there's still a window. There's still a vocal booth. They don't use it no more, but
wow.
Very small space.
Okay.
And I built it, bro.
So someone probably like changed it.
Yeah,
up
they
now.
switched it up. It was like, it's been a bunch of different things now. I built it, bro. And like, I had to start again from scratch.
Right.
Not only in a new place, but like a new building, everything. Like, I knew people, but I had no name over here either.
Right.
They were just like, oh, you make beats. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I had to build it up from scratch. And that's what we did. Like, I had the plan of like, I'm gonna come here and I'm just gonna just work my butt off and build it, you know?
Start tapping in with.
Yep. And I don't know what that looks like, but I'm gonna build it.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens.
Right.
And that first 6 months were like crazy. Like, it's like as soon as I got there, it was like I was meant to be there.
Yeah.
And then that's exactly where the 4 Agreements found me.
Okay, yeah.
The same spot.
Yeah, you said the book was there.
It was like it just gravitated toward me. It was like I needed to read that, you know?
Yeah.
And just a lot of crazy things happened over there that were like to better me. Things that I ran into. And it was short-lived. I had that studio for about 6 months. That's also where I met my partner, Dylan. So Dylan's the other half. You probably seen him walking around.
Okay,
yeah. So he's the videographer. And when I came here, me and him linked up. He started doing my videos, and we just hit it off. But he ended up being in the attic of Port View, though. So I was in the basement. He was in the attic. We were sitting there running back and forth. He was editing my videos. I was doing stuff for him. We were going back and forth. And it was just like this crazy thing of like, dang, that would be cool if maybe one day like we had our own spot. Right. Or something like that, you know? Yeah. But that's probably far away. Yeah. Well, shit. Within 6 months of me being here, I had already, I don't know, the album Keys to the City just kind of happened, the first one. It was like I wanted to do something that was different. Yeah. But that also made me stand out. Right. And I was working with some artists over here, and like I was just like, well, what if I just do an album?
Yeah, because that one's the first one was like 5 tracks on there?
Yeah, it was like 5 tracks.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what if I just like put out an album? Like, let's do something like that. Yeah. And my idea was to like having that super producer label. I've had that for a while, right? Yeah. But I wanted to be different. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm looking at the greats. I'm looking at DJ Mustard. I'm looking at Metro Boomin. I'm looking at these people that have projects like that that are like, well, they're the forefront. They're the star. Yeah. But they're not saying nothing. Yeah. They don't need to say nothing.
Kind of like DJ Khaled. But
yes.
Without, you know? But he don't make beats though, huh?
Not really.
I always was curious about that. I'm like, wait, did he even make any?
They say he does this or that, but I don't really see him making all that. No. Right. But he's executive producing, which is very hard too.
Right. You got to get all these people together. Yeah.
Now I was just like, I want to be like that. Like I want to be a super producer, not like DJ Khaled, but more like
but you're doing everything.
Yeah, doing everything. Like I have all the skills, so let me just like follow through and let me just do something, build something. So, and then two, like getting screwed in music a lot. Like being a producer, you get screwed a lot, especially being a producer that you don't have a lot of accolades or things like that, or people this or that. Like I got half of my career. There's hundreds of songs that will probably never come out because of that. Because of me getting screwed, bad business with other people, or me not getting my credit, people not wanting to pay, all these things, and I was just tired of it, bro.
Yeah, I hear producers get like the short end of the stick a lot.
100%. They get the shitty end of the stick, right? Yeah. Till you get to a certain point.
Yeah, but that's unfortunate though.
It sucks,
because you're damn near making the sound for.
Yeah, you're the part. If it wasn't for you, those songs wouldn't be what they are.
A poetry slam. It'd be spoken word.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So it was kind of like I wanted to do something that like would start that up. Yeah. Like, okay, what could I do? Well, obviously, like the idea was like, okay, well, what if I do like DJ Mustard did like 10 Summers, like that was like his thing, right? Right. Like those collab albums. Yeah. And I fucked with all those. I was like, damn, that's some tight shit, right? Like, it's just different, like, but putting him in that super producer realm where he didn't really have to say anything. Yeah. He wasn't rapping on none of them. He wasn't doing nothing. He was just producing them in his tag.
Facts.
In his tag, that's all it was. Right. The tag. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm going to step away from just making beats for artists, and now I'm going to collab. So that's when I made the decision of like, I'm not, and I had kind of already done it before, but this was like the first collab album. Like it was individual artists where I was doing this, where I was like Beazie Beats and so-and-so. Or so-and-so and Beazie Beats. Like I was no longer getting left off
like the old school, like the beginning hip hop, it was always the producer and the artist. Yeah. So that's what at some point.
Yeah, that's what the idea was, to like, okay, I'm not gonna get screwed no more. Right. I'm gonna have my name on everything. Yeah. Everything. Right. Like if you want to work with me, you have to have my name on it. Yeah. Don't work like that. Yeah. Like there's not one record that DJ Mustard has that his name's not on it.
That's a fact, man.
But look at where he's at. Right. Dude got Grammys. Yeah. Like that's what it takes. Like you got to get your business right. So what I did is just like, okay, let me do my own thing of that. Let me take this, new city. Let's take it for a test drive. Let's see how how it feels with my music, how they feel about it, things like that. And yeah, we did the 5-song EP. It was great, bro. We dropped it. We had a lot of support from the city. We got some really good collabs, and it was just like the setup for it. But we also went above and beyond, because not only did we do the music, but we did the visuals too. Because I was starting to build that team. Like I had already met Dylan and stuff, and it was just like we put out of 5 songs, we put out 4 music videos. And it was like a visual to everything. So people, okay, seeing traction, okay.
Right.
And then, just, being able to collab with some brands and just different things and photographers and just different people, like, started to shine light on it. Yeah. But the thing is, when you move to a new city, it's hard to get people to believe from the city if you're not from here.
That's true, yeah.
So a lot of it was like, well, he's not even from here. Like,
yeah.
Why is he trying to act like he got the keys to the city? And I'm like, number one, that's not what it meant.
Right.
That's not what it means at all.
Yeah, like the mayor, here you go.
It's not the literal, like, I got the keys to the city thing, Where most people, that's what they want to think. But no, for me, the keys to the city represents, like, me opening up doors for everybody, Me giving somebody my key to open up their door, to open up another door, door, and be able to bring people together through collaboration and stuff like that. Where the literal is obviously, this fool acts like he got the keys, this or that.
Yeah, I think, I could understand what people can misconstrue, like you said, like the mayor shaking your hand and like, all right, like,
exactly.
Beazie Beats has the keys to the city.
And it was,
that what's used to what you said makes complete sense of.
And it was like, hard to get people to like gravitate towards it, but people were receptive because people liked me.
Right. Like
they knew I was genuine.
Yeah.
I wasn't just like trying to come in and I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to do things the right way. And that was the first project. So 6 months in, then it just kind of happened where it was like we had finished the project, and then somebody was like, there's a spot open over by Ryan Brothers. Mm-hmm. It was like a warehouse, and we had kind of been talking about like that would be sick if we got a warehouse. Yeah, it'd be tight, right? But I was like, but shit, we don't got the money to do that. Like, how's that gonna happen? Right. And then it was like this space found us. It found us, and with, like I said, I was here 6 months. On month 7, I had got the keys to this place, to the 24/7 Creative Studio. Yeah, that's fine. And like, it was like, wow, how did we do this? But also, we're gonna give you the keys to this, but you have to start all over again. Right. You have to rebuild everything from scratch. Yeah. You just put X amount of dollars into this other studio, but sorry, you got to throw that away. Yeah. You got to start again. But it's gonna be better though. I promise, it's gonna be better. It's a blank canvas. I'm just like, all right, God, I'm gonna trust you again. You brought me this far. I'm gonna trust you, and I'm gonna be like, let's do the work. Right. Let's do the work, and that's what we did. Took us about almost a year, 6 months, 6 to 8 months to build this place out to what it was, Yeah. Because it was a empty wood warehouse. It was dusty. It was dirty. It was. Oh man. It was not a good place for people to work at. You would never know. If anyone walked in here, you would not know. You would never know. You would never know. So it was like, it was just another surreal experience of having to start all over. And it was like God really tested me, like, how much are you willing to do to get to where you need to be? Because if there's a thing they say, if it's not built on a solid foundation, it'll crumble, right? Right. And that's what he was doing. He was making us build a solid foundation so that our thing could last. Yeah. And we put in all the work into this place, all my money, everything. And we built it though. We built it. And I was able to do it again and build it from scratch, and like really make this place really what I envisioned, like in the first place of all my places, Okay. And it was like finally now we got to this space where it's like, oh wow, this is what we've been trying to do. Yeah. Man. We were here about a year. Then I'd been working with a lot more artists. And then that's when I did Keys to the City Volume 2. Yes, sir. Yeah, that was Volume 2. And I was just, at that point, I was just like, okay, now we're on to something. We're on the second volume. Yeah, that was what, I know last year, right? Yeah, so around the same time, June, July, they always drop. And I was like, we got more artists this time. And that's about, what, 9 tracks on that one? That one's about 9 tracks. My homework. Plus, I listened to the project last year anyways. But. There you go. It was just kind of like, it's falling into play. Yeah. But again, still having to put in the work and get the respect and just like it was just about being consistent. And I mean, the idea was really to have this place as like the one-stop shop and like the hub for everybody.
Right.
You know, like you want to come make a song, or you need a photo shoot, or you need your brand, or this or that. Like that was the idea, to build appeal to everybody.
Multiple places.
Yeah, because prior my business was just music.
Right.
So I only appealed to people who did music. Now I could sell to anybody.
Right.
Anybody that has something.
Yeah, whatever you need, you got it.
We can make it happen, you know?
Thanks.
We can negotiate and build something.
Yeah.
Get some kind of work out of it. But that was the idea.
We're doing an interview right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So appealing to all these different angles, and like, man, we just been building it like crazy. So when it came to this next one, like I was already established, and we had gotten a couple big placements too that really like set us up for this. The SDFC one, I don't know if you saw that one, the San Diego Football Club one.
I may have seen it on your page.
Yeah, so we did a
But you got a million posts.
I do. We stay consistent.
Sorry, I've probably seen it, but like
it's already way back. Way back. So we did a song for SDFC, and it was an all-girls song, and that thing took off too.
Was it around the time you did like the cypher?
It was after the cypher.
Okay, after. Okay.
So see, we've been doing the work. That's the thing. Like what people don't get is like you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
Like if I would have stopped at the first album, if I would have stopped at the first cypher,
right,
none of this stuff would have ever happened, you know. But the fact that we kept doing them is what shined light. We did that first cypher, then we did a female cypher.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, then we did the SDFC song, and that was huge. They got played at the stadium, got put all over everywhere, and like all these things were leading up to this, you know.
Yeah.
So when it came time to put out this project, I feel like I finally had, you know, some of the respect from the city, where I wasn't new. People seen the work that I put in,
right,
and it was like real recognized real.
Yeah.
So a lot of these collabs on this album, this latest one, have just happened over time. Just me building those relationships with them, but also not like, oh well, they didn't want to work with me at this time, or it didn't happen, and like, oh, forget them. Right. No, it's just not the right time and place, you know.
I agree. It's always timing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just continuing to just, you know, just be cool and like stay humble, and just like, you know, the right time will happen at the right time. And man, that's how this one came together. It's crazy. Like, I mean, just the Ric Scales one alone, that took me 10 years.
Oh yeah, I remember I saw a post when you guys were talking about that.
It took me 10 years to get that one with Rick. And I mean, that was, to me, it was like, damn, it happened. Yeah. You know? And like just those things, like reminders of like,
that song is fire too. That's one of my favorite songs on the project.
That's so fire, bro. Yeah. Appreciate that. But just things like that are just reminders of, dang, you just gotta stay consistent. Right. Like it may not be the time now, but it's gonna happen. Right. If you keep doing it. If you stop, you'll never know. Man. You'll never know. And like this brings us to kind of like present moment now of like just, you know, excited for the next project, excited for the next projects that we're gonna do. And you know, just continuing to be able to help people and just like show people that it's possible. That's really the idea. Like show people that it's possible, bro. Right. You know. Yeah. And that's definitely what it's doing. Like, it's not only is it you know, it's like motivating. Like, oh man, when you see you know, someone putting in that type of work, but it's also I would say inspiring. You know what I mean? When I feel like, because I'm the type of person too where I like, even for my platform, like I like to hear the journey. Yeah. But I also like to just see people win, and then I'm able to follow that journey as well. Yeah. Because it's like, okay, now we're tapped in, we're able to network more and have that relationship, but I'm just watching from afar too, and be like, man, look with it, you know, like look how far they're going too, you know, like what they're doing next, and be able to see that, and also seeing everyone come together. Yeah. That's like, especially for the city, like I'm sure you've talked to tons of people from San Diego now, artists and producers, everyone included. I'm sure you've heard the same stories about how San Diego, like how it's kind of always been, you know what I mean, as far as like, you know, the music scene, especially hip hop. So when you're able to see people come together, and especially now, I feel like the past couple of years it's been bubbling. You've been seeing a lot of collaborations, shows, et cetera, like a lot of people, you know, really just, you know, doing their thing. And I didn't really know much about the San Diego scene at all until I started making, me and my homie started this platform as well, and wanted to, you know, kind of show that as well.
But man, seeing you do that, bro, like it's fire to see that. You know what I mean?
It's cool that like it wasn't easy. None of these things have ever been easy, you know. But it's like I don't know. It's just like I had this drive and just like it has to be done.
Right.
Like there was no way around it. There was no like me like, oh, maybe no. It was just like I had to do that, you know. And at a great time too, with all that talk about San Diego not being this or that, and like to have that unity.
That's what I mean.
That's what the city needed.
Exactly.
Perfect timing for everything.
Yeah.
Dude. And like it's cool that, you know, I was one able to put it together, but it was just like what a lot of people told me the same thing. A lot of people talk about it,
right,
but nobody does it.
Right.
So many people talk about it, but nobody does it.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm a doer, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do what I do.
Yeah,
you know?
Don't have to say nothing. Don't have to
nothing.
Just do it. Yeah.
And like I feel like that speaks volumes though too of what we're trying to build as well. Is like we didn't need anything else.
Not even what you're trying to build. It's here.
We built it.
You know what I mean? You built it, man.
It's crazy to you know. Full circle moments though. That's what this whole project literally has been. Is just like things coming together. Like wow. Like, great things take time. You know.
Who does your social media too? Like
me and this guy.
Man, you guys are
sleep
like
on the couch.
crazy.
Magoo, shout out to Magoo.
Crazy in the good way though. Like I'm like, man, like you guys be pitting it. Like, cause I'm wondering too. I'm like, damn, that's gotta be at least like the sixth post like today. You know what I mean? But it's like you see it though. You know what I mean? Like it's in front of people's faces. You see it. You know what I mean? And it's positive content too. You know, like it's like every time I look at it, I'm like, cause I see it on my page all the time. And it's dope to see, especially this rollout for Keys to the City.
The rollout was crazy.
Insane, yeah.
And it's
so shout out to you. Yeah.
We're technically just getting started too, like, but that's by you doing something over and over, like you can't do it the same.
Right.
You got to perfect it.
Yeah.
You know, like they say the definition of insanity is doing something over and over and expecting a different result.
Yeah.
Well, nah, you got to change things up. You got to switch it up. Like trial and error. We're here trial and error, trying to figure things out, you know?
Right.
And for me, it's just always been like, we have this outlet, we have this place, we have these things. Like, why not go crazy?
You know, utilize it.
Like, what's gonna happen? Oh, we're not gonna get 1 million views on this, or we're not gonna get. No, it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like as long as we're consistently doing it, things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
And that's what it's been with this rollout.
Yeah, and it's a pat on the back. It's like you guys did it, and to get everyone together, I'm sure it wasn't easy.
Not easy.
Everyone got different schedules. Like to get that much people together, especially like photo shoots. I saw like when everyone was you know in this section right here, like.
And it's been a trial and error process of figuring all that out, you know. But now I'm very good at that, and organization and scheduling and all that matters, dude, to people too. And like people seeing my professionalism of how I carry me in my business, but also how precious my time is, and like we're all trying to make it happen, make it work, but also like if we could like all stick to something,
right?
That's how big things are gonna happen, you know.
Yeah.
So it's super dope to have everybody like down with that, you know.
Yeah.
And just even like on the project too, like just having people come in and be open to doing something different, you know.
True.
Like a lot of these guys are used to being on boom bap beats,
right?
Like, and for them to be on a trap
that's
beat,
what I was reckoning, like Sham Black and guys like that.
Sham Black on a West Coast beat, Ric Scales on a trap beat. You know what I'm saying? Like these things are like.
Even Ray Riley. Like doing
even Ray Riley, something different.
Yeah.
But that's what was super cool, and I know the city was ready for that because all these dudes came with the same mentality of like, oh, I'm with that. Like I'm down to step outside of the box.
Right.
I've already been doing this, and it's cool, but like let's try something different. The artists are not always receptive of that, but the fact that they were, I feel like that's what also makes this project very special. To be able to do different things with all those people, you know?
Right.
And for them to like trust me too. Like, I don't know, Beazie, you want me on? Trust me, bro. Right. This is gonna happen. Trust me, bro. Like, watch.
Kind of have to like bring them out of that shell. Though.
Yeah, I mean, because they're all great artists, but you know, artists usually they like what they like.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
That's them. But giving them a different palette, that's that whole like DJ Mustard, you know?
Right.
Like different vibe. Like, okay, let me put them on something different.
Yeah, like
and
you know the type of beats you're gonna hear when you hear that.
And that's always my thing has been to like, if you're gonna collab with me, I want you to do something outside of your box.
Yeah.
Like I already know what you could do.
Right.
Let's do something differently together.
Yeah.
Something that stands out, something that's, you know.
That's fire.
And that's what's been happening, bro. It's been crazy blessing. And then the icing on the cake, I guess, was us debuting it on the news.
Right, Fox 5, yeah.
Yes.
That was crazy.
And again, like this, like from not even being from here and doing all this work, bro, like it to me, it's just like, man, like if I could do it, you could do it, anybody could do it, you know? But we did have to do a lot of work. There's been like 1,000 posts, like, you know?
Yeah.
Like to get to this point, like we had to put in the major work. So it's like, it's not that it came easy, nothing like that, but it was definitely necessary, all these things that happened for this project, for it to solidify, like, okay, we get it now. Yeah. You know? And that's why finally, after volume 3, finally, the people finally get it, which we've been trying to do this whole time, you know? it took 3 volumes, though. But that's all we said, too. Shit, it take me 10. I'm still gonna do it. Right. Like, it don't even matter. Yeah. You know? That's what it is. It's just in me, bro. That's just how I've always been. Like, I can't take that away. It's like the only way for me to feel better and to move on is I got to finish it. Right. I got to finish all these things that I talked about, that I said I was going to do, you know? So yeah, this run has been a blessing, bro. It's been a super blessing. And just to have the city super receptive of it, like, oh yeah, Beazie deserves the keys. Right. Like, that's not even what I want, but
give him the keys.
I get it now. Like, I, you know, put in the work for that. So it's a beautiful thing, bro.
Right. Nah, man. Shoot, speaking of time, I
didn't even know what time it was. It's probably 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying. It's what I told you off the camera. I was like, I didn't, because I know we said, 1 hour or something, but I'm like, yeah, we like damn near almost 2 hours in, so I don't want to be that guy that I'm like, I felt bad though, because like.
It's all good. I think we got to the end of it.
Yeah, because you were going to like your story, and I'm like, yeah, I can't just like stop you in the middle of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate that though.
And I do that with every artist though. Like I always, like I told you before, I always say like an hour, but I've had, usually it's just a conversation, the vibe. Like it's just keep going. Yeah. Like it's like, but I'll leave it to you. You can always stop it and then be like, oh yeah, let's go on to next. But I always just appreciate the time you guys give me. You know what I mean? In general, definitely. And you already did a lot. Even when I had the idea of like just coming here and doing it in your space, you opening the doors. I appreciate that. And I got a Rolodex of questions that I didn't even touch. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, I touched most of them.
No, we got into a lot, man. So we can always do a part 2. You know what I mean?
We always do a part 2. I like to talk. If you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
You get me going, and I'll keep going.
No, facts. But yeah, usually I want to end it off too with, like I said, there's tons I didn't talk about. But I want to end it off with. We talk about my last 2 questions, so we could wrap up the interview as well. Because we about to hit 9, so I'm like, I'm sure you're ready to go. So first off, what's next for Beazie Beats?
Oh, what's next? Couple things in the works. We got a couple projects that we're working on. First project is with Nikita Tudank. She was on the album. Yeah, she's super dope. So we got a joint project that we're doing. It's going to be dropping next month sometime. And then we got music video with that, and she's just got it. She got it, dude. So I'm super stoked about that one. I got a project with Odessa Kane.
Fire.
He's another OG from over here. Everybody knows him. RLK OGs, right? You ask anybody, they're another San Diego staple. Me and him got a project we're going to be doing. We already kind of started on it, so that's coming up next. And then I do want to do another cypher. I'll be doing another cypher. It's going to be a co-ed one. So we're just going to continue to do everything we've been doing and just continue to build it and keep the ball rolling. That's the idea. And then just, really just continuing the groundwork of just building all these platforms and everything and just continuing to grow.
Oh yeah.
That's really the idea. But those 2 albums are going to be coming quick.
Okay, so it's around the corner then.
Yep, exactly. Okay. And then there's probably going to be a few more. It's never ending.
Right.
It's never ending. I just go off of vibes. Like if we're feeling it and we got a bunch of songs that let's just do an album then. Yeah. Why not? Like why wouldn't we?
Hell yeah.
So that's what's next.
Dope, dope. And our last question I always end with is, what's a message you would like to share to the world?
Oh man, message to the world. Number one, if I could do it, you could do it too. Hard work pays off, and definitely read the 4 agreements. Those are things to live by. Like, even if you don't believe in any of the religious or any of the things like that, those are just key things to live by, to help you better your life, better your business, and things like that. One of my favorite ones is, honestly, you can't take anything personal. That's one of my favorite agreements. Because why? Because you never know what someone else is going through, and it might not be even towards you or directed towards you. It's just what's happening, you know?
Right.
Taking stuff personal is only going to affect you. It's not going to really affect them.
Yeah.
You know, you're just going to ruin the relationship with that.
Right.
So for me, I live by that a lot, and that has also helped me to, like, you know, to grow in a lot of ways where, you know, you just can't take things personal. But yeah, again, like, if I'm able to go through all this and you guys heard the whole story and, like, start at square one and make it over here to the most expensive city in the world, you know, and that's literally the world. So, like, anybody could do it. Anybody could do it. It's just a matter of hard work, consistency, and just believing in yourself. That's all it is. So,
man, facts, bro. Nah, that's real. Man, hey, I appreciate you for your time, bro.
You already know, brother. Appreciate you. I know I went over, but
no. For me, that's great.
Yeah, perfect.
Like, I love it. Like I said, like I always say, I just say this time. But if I could do 2, 3, 4, I even got my backup battery in my backpack just in case. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Here we go.
But once again, bro, it was definitely dope meeting you and connecting for the interview. Like I said, it would definitely be dope having a part 2. You know,
yeah, for sure. Let me know. Definitely, we'll make it happen, bro.
And appreciate you opening up the space as well, because like I said, I knew we could have just did it straight West Coast radio, but I wanted to do something different too, especially knowing that you had you know, a creative studio, and I was also a little curious too. I was like, I want to see how
let me check this out. Check out the space, for sure.
So once again, I appreciate your time. Keys to the City Volume 3 out now on all streaming platforms. Like I said, the link will be in the description. You don't got to go far. You got to type it in. You don't got to do whatever. I do the hard work for you. Click the link. You know what I mean? Also, I have Beazie Beats Instagram in the description as well. Make sure you give him a follow. Go check out everything he's doing as well as Apple Music and Spotify. Check out everything, man. It'll be right there. And it's MCK, Pure Rap Network.
Yep. Shout out to Pure Rap Network, though.
Hey, I appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Dope stuff.
Hell yeah.
Much love, everybody.
Hell yeah.